Hey, what's going on there, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we are doing something a bit different. We are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now, I have done a few playthroughs of this game so I can unlock the new content, because that's what I'm going to jump straight into. But if you guys are excited for this and want to see more, then feel free to subscribe, guys. That would help so much. And make sure to like this video as well, guys. They get more recognized as a smaller YouTuber. Without further ado, let's begin. So I have played the Stanley Parable before.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
I have played the Stanley Parable before. It is a really good game. It's a bit of a
All
trippy
of his
game, actually.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't
Stanley
know. What
decided
could
to
it
go to
mean?
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But yes, so I have actually played this game before in the past. I played it on the PC back when it was quite early. I think it was 2013, 2014.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
And also, guys, the way to actually get the new content door to spawn, because it doesn't spawn instantly, you have to do a few playthroughs of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe first. So I'd recommend start with just doing a regular playthrough, going off to doing like just whatever you want, basically. But I think for me, I had to do like 7 playthroughs. It's crazy. Or at the start, it gives you an option to say, have you played the Stanley Parable before? And if you click yes, I think it unlocks instantly for you. But I clicked no. I was an idiot. Anyway, let's see what's in the Ultra Deluxe edition.
Hello, and thank you for playing.
Sorry, I was trying to talk there. But if it does get good enough traction, then I will upload another video and maybe make it like a playthrough thing to get the epilogue ending, which is where you have to complete every single other ending. So I might run around and do that on the channel if it gains enough popularity. But anyway, let's hear what this guy's got to say.
Playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
well,
you.
this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too, narrator. Me too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Also, believe it or not, I did not know this game was coming out. I did not know they were going to remaster it for
Is
the
it broken?
PlayStation and Xbox.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I didn't know this game was actually coming out at all. I only found it on the PlayStation Store when I was browsing the sales, and I saw it on there.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Oh, it's over here.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh my god, I can finally jump. You know what? You miss out on all the jumps in Stanley Parable. I'm going to use all of these jumps. Can I go over the limit? Oh, that felt satisfying. It felt satisfying to finally be able to jump in Stanley Parable, something you were not able to do.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, Then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
I don't,
Yes.
I
I
don't know why.
knew there had to be something else.
I
Let's
don't know
see
why.
it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I don't know why he's hating so much. Jumping is an amazing thing in the game. You've never been able to do it before.
That's
Thank you.
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
He's
It's
going on
my
a
fault,
rant.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
There's no fun in that. Aww, he forced me. Oh, wait. Okay. This is different. Well, that's the original office. So let's go up here.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
That's not creepy at all. Go on, what do you want to show me? What is it you're going to show me?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay, you know what? That's actually impressive. Whoa.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This is impressive, actually. Just looking at this. Let's have a look at the memory zone then. Zone, sweet zone. I
You
can't
see,
even open the
Stanley,
door.
doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I can't believe it actually got so many, like, trophies and stuff. For a simple game, like the Independent Games Festival Award. I mean, that's obviously... Yeah, of course it got the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Award. Its first dollar, of course. Always have to have your first dollar. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Unachievable. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Yeah, that was an annoying trophy. That's an annoying trophy, and I'm pretty sure nobody's still got it. Actually, they probably have.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Okay, so I could go down or the original remake. Let's have a look at the original remake.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Yeah, I'm getting shivers. I don't like this all of a sudden.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Fun
Surely
fact,
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I didn't even know pressured gas was a thing.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
The funny thing is, this is the first time we've ever been outside in the Stanley Parable. Like, of course, it's obviously not a real one, but...
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
This is getting weird.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay, so we're gonna get a skip button. Oh, it's a skip button. It's a quite literal skip button. What if I don't want to press it, though? Like, the dialogue is good.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this.
What the fuck is going on?
And the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah,
I don't want to press it.
We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and
Jesus.
never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there
This button's
is.
getting
How many
this button.
billions left until so much more than forever ago?
This
Which is
button's
why
getting
I
hella
say
tempting.
the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly
I think he's
10,000
repeating
years,
himself.
until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say the story and the choices, or
No.
Oh, you're back, you see.
Absolutely
You were
not.
only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that
button's looking
choice into
tempting.
being, then
Button's
by
looking
making
tempting.
no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time?
No.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I
just heard a
can't
door.
wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to
Tempting.
imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressure.
No.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
I'm glad I
wasn't
skipped it.
unendurable by any means, but it's...
The
well,
door's
there's
gone.
really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
We need a door. We need a door of some kind.
I wanna
can
press
work
that
with
button.
any kind of door, as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Why do you have to leave me? Because now I want to press the skip button. Just let me press the fucking skip button, man. Just let me press the skip button. You know what? No. You told me not to press it. I'm determined not to press it. I will be good at what I do. I will not press it. Although he was getting fucking annoying. Button's still looking tempting. You know, I think I might just press it. Because God knows how long he's going to be going for.
Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so
I want to press
important
this
for
button
me
again.
to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve?
Okay, no, I'm pressing it.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
How long's
Stanley,
it been?
I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
I'm
Doesn't
gonna press
that
the
feel
button
like
again.
what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Also,
But it isn't,
something
Stanley.
weird.
It isn't the same at all.
Something weird is
It
going
isn't
on.
even close. Because I know you
What's that
can't
like?
hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words...
Yep, sorry, I'm pressing it. I can't stand him anymore.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me
I'm
describe it for you.
guessing I just
To
did it.
begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place
Should
is
I
what I
press
can
it?
only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart.
Okay.
It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for
No,
what
I'm pressing it. I'm guessing something's going on. Wait, he's not even... Is he... Is he okay? He's not talking. Is the clock even working? The clock has stopped working. The clock stopped working. The planet is dead. He's not talking. I'm pressing the button. What the fuck? Why is the fire alarm going off? There isn't even a fire. Okay, pressing again.
But they didn't
Oh my
understand the
god.
game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek every...
I'm pressing it again. He's not even acknowledging me. Hello. Okay, he's gone back to ignore him. He's gone back to ignore me, and there's creepy little driplets.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end,
What
is
the
never the
fuck?
end, is never the 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 end, is never...
He's gone crazy. There is loads of water dripping. And he's back to nothing. How many times am I pressing this button? Oh my god. First off, how many times am I pressing this button? 2. What is going on? No, I want out of that. Oh, damn, it's bright. Bro, it's so bright. Oh my god. Really? I've been here for so long that life forms just started growing? Is the narrator alive? Is he okay? I'm just skipping this. Oh my god. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep continuing to skip this. It's very, very creepy right now. It's actually giving me shivers. And then there was silence. No. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Absolutely not. Oh, hello, button. I can see outside. Oh my god. Wait. The major question. Will the button let me press it again? No. What is going on? How long have I been gone for? two questions. One, how long have I been gone? And two, where do I go? I'm gonna go this direction. By the looks of it. Oh, and black. So how long were we gone for? What? How long were we gone? Yo, that's hella confusion. That is creepy. But yeah, so that is the first ending in the Ultra Deluxe part of the Stanley Parable. I am actually going to leave it here for now, guys. And if you do want to see some more, then all you gotta do is like the video. All you gotta do is like the video, and I'll know that you want to see more Stanley Parable. But without further ado, guys, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you later.